Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something that could seriously change how you handle stress, frustration, and even the people who push your buttons, the power of not reacting. Picture this: you're having a stressful day. Maybe someone cut you off on the highway, or your coworker said something that hit a nerve. You feel your blood start to boil and you just want to react. But what if you could stop yourself from reacting in that moment? What if you could stay calm and composed, no matter what life throws at you? Well, that's exactly what the Stoics mastered thousands of years ago. And today we're going to break down 7 key Stoic principles that will help you control your emotions, handle stressful situations like a pro, and build resilience in your everyday life. So if you want to learn how to respond instead of react, stay tuned. Pause before reacting. Let's jump into the first rule: pause before reacting. This might sound simple, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful tools you have. We live in a fast-paced world where everything demands an immediate response. Whether it's a text, an email, or a confrontation, we feel this urge to react quickly. But the Stoics teach us to pause. Imagine you're at work, and a colleague says something that rubs you the wrong way. Your first instinct might be to snap back, right? But here's the thing: reacting instantly often leads to saying things you don't mean or escalating a situation unnecessarily. What if, instead of snapping back, you paused for a second? This pause doesn't mean weakness. In fact, it shows strength. It's a moment to check in with yourself and decide how you want to respond, rather than letting your emotions control you. Real-life example: the next time someone says something offensive, instead of replying immediately, just count to 5. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is what I'm about to say really going to help this situation? This gives you time to react with intention, not impulse. Pro tip: if you're in a heated moment, excuse yourself to the bathroom or take a walk. The few minutes of space can help you cool down and come back with a clearer mind. Shift your perspective. Moving on to shift your perspective. This is all about how you interpret a situation. The Stoics were masters at viewing things from multiple angles. So instead of getting upset when something doesn't go your way, try to see it differently. For example, let's say you're stuck in traffic on the way to an important meeting. At first, your mind starts racing: I'm going to be late. This is a disaster. But what if, instead of thinking of it as a problem, you see it as an opportunity? An opportunity to practice patience. Or maybe it's a chance to collect your thoughts before the meeting. A personal story: a while ago, I was at an event and felt frustrated when things weren't going according to plan. But I remembered this Stoic principle and decided to change my view. Instead of being upset, I used the downtime to observe the room, listen to others, and even learn from the situation. I turned an inconvenience into a learning experience. Challenge for you: the next time something doesn't go as planned, try to view it from a different perspective. How can you learn from it? How can you use that time or experience to grow? You'll be amazed at how your emotional reaction changes just by shifting your mindset. Detach from outcomes. Now let's dive into Rule 3: detach from outcomes. This one is huge. A lot of our emotional stress comes from expecting a specific outcome and being disappointed when it doesn't happen. But here's the thing: you can control your actions, but you can't control how things turn out. Think of it this way: you prepare for a job interview. You show up on time, dress professionally, and give it your best shot. But whether you get the job or not, that's out of your control. Instead of obsessing over the outcome, focus on the effort you put in. A personal example: I used to get super anxious after interviews, overthinking every little detail. Did I say the right thing? Did I make a good impression? But once I learned to detach from the outcome, I felt a huge weight lift off my shoulders. I realized I had already done my best, and now it was in someone else's hands. Tip: focus on what you can control: your actions, your attitude, and your effort. Let go of the things outside your control, like the outcome. By doing this, you'll feel so much more at ease and less stressed about things you can't change. Let's talk about Rule 4: master your inner dialogue. Your thoughts influence how you feel. If you're constantly telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "this is impossible," you're setting yourself up for negative emotions. The Stoics teach us to take control of these thoughts. Next time you feel like your thoughts are spiraling, try this: challenge your thinking. When you catch yourself saying something like, "I'm a failure," ask, is that really true? Or am I just experiencing a setback? Often we exaggerate situations in our minds, and reframing those thoughts can drastically change how we feel. Real-life tip: try keeping a journal where you write down negative thoughts and then challenge them. For example, I messed up this presentation. I'm terrible at this now. Rewrite it. I made a mistake, but I can learn from it and do better next time. This simple practice can help rewire your brain to think more positively. Accept what you can't control is all about accepting what you can't control. So much of our stress comes from trying to control everything: the weather, the actions of others, even the past. But the Stoics teach us to focus only on what's within our control: our own actions, reactions, and choices. For example, if a friend betrays your trust, it's natural to feel hurt. But once you accept that you can't control their behavior, you free yourself from unnecessary emotional pain. You can choose to forgive, distance yourself, or even confront them, but you can't force them to act a certain way. Quick tip: start practicing this mindset with small things like the weather. Next time it's raining, instead of complaining, remind yourself, I can't control this, but I can control how I react to it. This small practice can help you build a mindset of acceptance in bigger situations too. Cultivate emotional awareness. To control your emotions, you first need to understand them. When you feel anxious, angry, or upset, pay attention to what's happening in your body. Is your heart racing? Are your muscles tense? Being aware of these physical cues can help you catch negative emotions before they take over. Once you identify what's triggering you, you can use techniques like deep breathing or grounding exercises to calm yourself down. For example, when I feel anxious, I notice my breathing becomes shallow. That's my cue to take a few deep breaths and recenter myself. Once I do that, my emotions aren't as overwhelming, and I can think more clearly. Pro tip: keep a stress journal where you track how your body reacts to different emotions. This helps you spot patterns and take control earlier next time. Practice compassion and empathy. The Stoics teach that compassion isn't a weakness, it's a strength. When someone upsets you, instead of getting angry, try to understand what they might be going through. Maybe they're having a tough day or dealing with their own struggles. A personal story: I remember a time when someone snapped at me for no reason. Instead of snapping back, I thought, maybe they're dealing with something I don't know about. This shift in thinking helped me respond with kindness, and it actually turned the situation around. Also, don't forget to show compassion to yourself. We're all human, and we all mess up sometimes. Don't beat yourself up when things go wrong. Instead, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and treat yourself in the same understanding that you'd show a friend. So there you have it, 7 Stoic rules that will help you control your emotions and stay calm no matter what life throws at you. Pause before reacting. Shift your perspective. Detach from outcomes. Master your inner dialogue. Accept what you can't control. Cultivate emotional awareness. Practice compassion and empathy. I hope these rules help you gain more peace and control in your life. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Let me know in the comments which rule resonated most with you and how you plan to apply it. Until next time, remember, stay stoic, stay strong, and keep growing.